Hello, friends, and welcome. Today, we are going to roast this garbage immortal player. His name's ZQuixotix. He's been losing a lot of games lately. I think he's lost over 1,200 MMR. So, when that happens, there can be a variety of reasons. Dealing with loss streaks, that might be some future videos coming up soon. But we're going to start by looking at my laning stage. Because I think when you start losing a lot of games, it's important to just go back to basics. It starts with winning the lane and going from there, right? Every game's easier once you win your laning stage. So we're just going to go through like 2-3 games. We'll see how long they take. But it'll just be a quick look through my laning stage to figure out what's going right, what's going wrong. All right, we're going to start with a Snapfire game I played earlier, Snapfire 4. I don't think this is the best draft, to be honest. I'm Snapfire with 5 ranged heroes, so Cookie felt really awkward to use. The ult was a little awkward too. We're not worried about that. We're just going to look at the laning stage. It was me and Wind Ranger versus Jug and Wyvern. I don't love double ranged lanes usually, but I thought, I don't really get to think about it. It is what it is, right? The offlaner picked Wind Ranger. So my thoughts are, we'll be able to poke a lot. It'll be kind of nice because Jug does want to spin wherever he is, right? So actually being 2 ranged heroes, she has Wind Run, I have Cookie. That should make Jug's life hard, and we just poke him down a lot. So I picked up 3 Iron Branches and a Fairy Fire. That gives me 5 total damage. So as we're doing a lot of right clicks on this melee hero, hopefully that adds up. I did think about whether a Blightstone would be worth it. 2 of us versus, say, Winter Wyvern has very low armor. And then Jug, although Jug has decent armor, it's just 6. He's just by a tower right now. We take off 2 armor and then 2 range heroes hit. I wasn't sure if it would add up. So in the end, I chose not to. Because Jug has pretty solid armor and because Wyvern really shouldn't walk up to us that much. I think she should harass with Arctic Burn, and that outranges us, which means we can't really both hit her. So I thought just the stats would be better in case they do go on us. Tanks me up so I don't die instantly, and we can just possibly stand and fight. So that's kind of the logic behind my starting items. The stick, same deal, just like gathering up charges. I was thinking like Jug probably has to get a point in Healing Ward against 2 ranged heroes, so spin Healing Ward, 2 spells, Arctic Burn, and Splinter Blast, maybe heal, more spells. So let's just go back to my perspective. Let's speed up through this. Usually bounty runes, not too much. You'll notice I'm being a little safe. Didn't have much info. I don't want to just walk in and lose all my health before the laning stage begins. Chose to body block the whole creep wave rather than just let one creep go forward. I do recommend that to a lot of people, so you might be wondering why, and I want to explain that. If you let one creep go forward, the lane is more likely to push out towards you. However, I thought that could be risky if they hit level 2 first. And we're like 2 ranged heroes. Like they might build up a big creep wave, and then they cast like a bunch of spells on us, and it could be a little tough. So I thought just pulling the lane back and then playing a normal lane where both of us can poke Jug might be easier and better for us rather than have the lane like build up against us and potentially take a really bad fight. Oh, by the way, I blocked this lane because it's 2 ranged heroes. I just wanted to spend as much time in the lane poking Jug. We're going to see if I actually do that or not. But I think that's how this should go. We should just do a lot of right-click trades with Wind Ranger and I, and just kind of like whittle them down. So let's actually slow down now. I am, just to set the stage, primarily concerned about the first 5 minutes. That's what I'm most interested in, usually for these lanes. My biggest weaknesses right now are not switching between harassing and going for denies and last hits enough, securing the right creeps, as well as keeping my eye on pulls and when they unblock my pull camp. I actually did a decent job on that this game, but pulls I think I had more window for. So let's see. Starting off with just poking. Getting close so that I can use Scatter Blast. I got the last hit and some harass there. I think that's a good time to use a spell. You'll see he has 2 melee creeps on him. So even if he turns to attack me, 59 damage versus 54, pretty comparable. 4 armor versus 6. He is in the lead on both of these, so that's, if it was just me and him, I wouldn't want to do that. But we have these 2 melee creeps. They're going to help us win this trade while Wyvern's over here, and that's why I am chasing him more with these auto attacks. I should be a little careful, actually. Wyvern already used Arctic Burn. If she hadn't, this could have been dangerous. She could have Arctic Burned me, and then Jug just spins on top of me. But because she used it, I think we're safe to do this. I say we're reviewing my own game, but I'm still kind of explaining it for you all. I don't know. Well, we'll figure out the balance. I think I'm still fighting here because of the range, or the melee creeps are with us, so I think this is all okay. but I should be a little careful because the lane's now back here, so I'm not going to get any help. That's why I don't stay too long, and I walk away now. Around this time, okay, I didn't notice that Wyvern actually body blocked this camp, so in the laning stage, that was my bad. I knew she had sentries, and I thought she had blocked it. So I actually end up buying a sentry coming up here, and then turns out it spawned at 2 minutes, and I was like, oh, well, could have bought something else with that 50 gold. So let's see. What am I doing here? Am I in the right position? I feel like I should be more on the left side because Wyvern's over here, and I'm not really interested in fighting Wyvern. I just want to keep poking Jug. Right here, I'm like standing between them, and I'm just taking a ton of harass. I just lost like half my health without doing like any return damage. And all I did was zone Jug away from the range creep and secure the range creep. I was going to do the same like scatter blast thing I did, and Jug learned, so he backed off. Getting the range creep is good, I think, but half my health, pretty costly. So I do think I should have been standing on this left side. Could have saved a lot of health, because if Wyvern does that same thing, she's more likely to aggro the creeps over. Then she's going to have to back off because creeps are chasing her. That's going to save me like 50 to 100 health. And then we're going straight back to denying creeps. Should have gotten that range creep. I was trying to tango up, but that could have denied some XP. Oh, by the way, I placed this observer also to see the Wyvern. Same idea. I want to know when she's over here to slow us. That was so long ago. My bad, guys. I placed it here to see her, so I don't play too aggressively, and then she like slows me and I get spun on. Because even if I use Cookie later, I'm so slow, right, with Splinter Blast and Arctic Burn, that he'll just catch up to me during the spin, and I will be in trouble. So that's what that is for. I think I actually misclicked there. I think I was going for the deny, but I actually just right-clicked him. This is me realizing this camp's blocked. I didn't even realize that this time, so this is where you see me buy the sentry. So I should have actually waited for 2 minutes, I think, to see if it spawned or not, whether she just body blocked or not. And then I'm coming over here to body block because I actually noticed she blocked it. I usually totally zone out on this and miss it. So I'm actually glad I did catch that. But should I have? And I TP over. I tell you what, we can come sooner, I think. I even killed the courier, nice. I can start TPing right now. Yeah, I think I should just done that. I should have recognized I will need to come help her. I was just slow in making this. 2 seconds. It could be the big difference, right? It could save her or kill her. So I should have started TPing now, because by the time the TP completes, I will have finished blocking this camp and then TP over. I think because I'm already over here, I have to commit to blocking the camp, and I can't like say like 155, start walking back over here, because I'm never gonna make it in time to help, and I won't block the camp. So actually I was like, I'm at least gonna block this camp, but now I could have, in hindsight, I could have done both more efficiently. Start this TP sooner, and then maybe she'd live, right? If I'm here 2 seconds sooner, I'd probably kill Jug before she dies. I was going for this Wyvern kill too. So I was running her down. I'm not trying to auto-attack her, because Wyvern has 95 health, and I know that it's going to take me 2 to 3 auto-attacks to kill her. However, Scatter Blast will probably kill her with 1 auto-attack, maybe. In the heat of the moment, I hadn't clicked on her to like check how much health she had exactly. This was just my feeling based on like what the health bar looked like. So that's why, even though I could have probably auto-attacked once here, as during this chase, if I auto-attack, she's going to keep running and I stand still, and that means I'm just going to not get anything from there. So I'm just walking to try to keep up with her so that I can get this Scatter Blast off. But I kind of lost her in the trees a little bit, and then I saw her salving, and Scatter Blast still isn't up, so I decided these creeps are more important, and I came back after that. In hindsight, Wind Ranger was about to TP back, so maybe I could have just kept running at her. Here I was coming to stop the pull. Again, losing a good amount of health. We bought more regen, though. I think that was a good purchase. Accidentally drew aggro here. Should I have? What's Snapfire up to? Or Winter Wyvern? Because I could have definitely just dodged all this. If I had moved my courier more to the right, I'm over here getting my courier, and that's what drew the creep to me. So I could have had the courier move this way, completely avoid this. I'd be free of creep aggro right now. I could be stopping this pull, probably. But once I drew aggro, I had to like walk back and get rid of it. So then I just stayed here to keep playing this. I think there was a last hit I could have gotten here, by the way. I'm not going to go back for it.
Easy breezy.
What did you spell for that? Was that a melee creep or a... That was just a melee creep, right?
Easy breezy.
Yeah. Well, I may have killed this one too. That might have been okay to use Q on. Because I think I could have gotten the hard creep and the melee creep. I think my thought was that the time to cast Scatter Blast might be too long. I don't know. It's not the end of the world either way. So I'm 1 level up, so I'm running her down to chase her. And then because this camp got unblocked earlier, I just decided to farm it with Scatter Blast, pick up some gold. I don't know if I needed to do this, though. This is putting me low on mana. I only have a stick. I didn't buy mangoes or clarities. So now I don't have enough for Cookie and Scatter Blast. In a little bit, I will. I think that's why I felt okay doing it at the time. But now knowing further ahead, I actually did have some mana issues later on. So, you know, was this, what is it, 6, 7, 7 gold? Worth it. Then I farmed this one too, 14, so 34 gold. I didn't even kill the most valuable one. I left him. I should have killed him and then leave one of the warrior, whatever he's called. And then I would have enough mana. I could have just used the sentry to block this camp. It wasn't time for a pull anyways. So I just blocked the camp. If she does pull with kobolds, whatever, they're kobolds. Yeah, maybe I should have just left it if I wasn't going to buy more regen. Actually, I have something on the way. What is it? A TB scroll. Not more regen. So I think I should have bought more mana regen this lane. Maybe just like a mango or two. In the end, I think this salve and tango was overkill. Probably one of these that I bought at the start. I had one set of tangos and I bought another tango and a salve. Probably one of those could have been a mango or a clarity. And then I wouldn't have to be like discussing all this. I could have queued this wave and still have enough mana to feel comfortable. This has just been sitting in my backpack, you know? Tried to do the same, like, trick. I actually don't think I needed to, Okay, I think this could have been a jug kill. Let's look at this again. So, Wyvern walked away. So, scatter blasting there. I have 511 health. 3 stick charges and a fairy fire. And I should actually have a little bit extra health because I should have swapped these back in too. That would give me enough to just stand here and fight. And Jug right now, Jug does 115 damage per second. With magic resist, let's say like 80 damage, maybe a little higher. 80 damage per second. But if Wind Ranger and I are both right-clicking him, that's going to match the damage. And I think I should be happy to trade my health for his health. I think what I was scared of is if Wyvern's here and she had like Splinter Blast on one of these creeps. I forgot. I didn't realize Arctic Burn was still on cooldown, but in hindsight, we did see her use it, so I should have known that. So now looking at it again, I should have just like stood my ground and fought rather than like cookieing away. I should have just stood, fought. He would have gotten low. He would have gotten scared. He would have backed away, and then I turn and face him, and then I cookie. Or this happens, and then I cookie after. So yeah, I think this could have been a jug kill if I had played it better. And this is where I start having mana issues. This is where I've had like one mango. I'd be in such good shape right now. Maybe not such good shape, but like I'd be in a shape. I have health now, but like not enough to like actually do anything, I feel. Hey, there's my raindrops. I was just thinking, what'd I buy? I think I should have bought those sooner. We're floating 100 extra gold. So if I had bought, it would have been like over a minute ago, right? I could have bought raindrops and the wand, and then better slot efficiency because we consolidate the iron branches and we can fit more items in rather than have multiple things in our backpack. Probably more mana regen, you know, a little extra from buying it sooner. So maybe like 20 more mana plus these stick charges is enough for both these spells already. With the way this lane's playing out, I shouldn't even been saving for boots all that much, maybe. Because we've been doing okay in the lane, I'd say. Doing a lot of pokes. I think that's why I was thinking about boots, is to like stay away from Jug. But I mean, if I go out of position and get Arctic Blast or Arctic Burned and Splinter Blast, I don't know if boots matter. It still comes down to like Cookie. I guess it would help. But like I could probably just position well with smaller items and just be more effective with like harassing with Scatter Blast if I have more mana. And then he's too low to ever like actually try to commit on me with spin because we would kill him with right clicks. I was trying to pull here. See, if I had the mana, I could have killed him right there, right? I could have forced spin out of him at least, which is pretty good. I'll be honest though, I don't think either of us expect him to do so much damage. I think I saw that spin. I was very excited. A little bit of a backpack efficiency here. And then I wanted to go fight. I think I was calling for it in chat. I don't remember. Or through Mike. I did remember that they can pull. Taking kind of a good amount of damage here, though. Use Scatter Blast. I secured some creeps, but again, I don't have enough now to like fight Jug, and I don't have the cooldown. I don't know if I should have used the Scatter Blast. How much did I get out of this? Yeah, I wanted this banner creep and various other things. So what do we got? We got like 35, 6, 5, 6, bonus 34 gold, and then almost killed this, and I think I right-clicked this. In total, that's like 100 gold for my Scatter Blast. That probably is worth it, actually. This first time reviewing it, I didn't realize that was the banner creep I was securing, but now I see what past me was doing. That banner creep is definitely, I think, worth a spell. I can buy a mango with how much gold I just got. So. And then I picked up, yeah, it's another 20 gold. So that was like 100 gold. I had Cookie, so I wasn't too scared here. I actually should have just fought again, I think. Oh, I should have clicked him and seen he didn't have enough mana. Damn. All right, if I had clicked him here and seen this fool had no mana, we could have just used our magic stick and then hit him with some spell. So actually just like stand and right click right now. And then cookie this Wind Ranger maybe. Because if he's right next to me, I won't be able to hit Cookie. Or just wait for Scatter Blast and Scatter Blast him. It would definitely be enough damage to kill him. Aw, see, I get punished for not clicking the enemy and keeping track of their mana. I don't know if I would have known that spin costs 110 mana, though. But, I mean, you can hover over it and know, right? So. Again? I think this should have been a kill. Why? Is it a kill, actually? No, I delayed too long. Oh, we got him, actually. Okay, but still, this is closer than it needs to be. What was I doing? I was just sitting on these stick charges or something, I feel like. I should just sticked right away and queued him. That pause, I think, is literally enough to, like, the 2 fraction of a second pauses I had was enough to keep him alive through Scatter Blast. And I started to, this is what I was talking about. I started to walk away out of classic fear of spin, and then I was like, wait a minute. You just kill him. All right. This laning stage I thought was going better, but actually our last hits aren't that great. I wonder if we're spending too much time fighting. I guess this is like okay, the fact that we're both at 20. But at the end of the net worth graph check, Jug was like 1,000 up over Wind Ranger, so did we feed or something? I bought boots. Was that worth it? I think it's okay. Maybe TP back. Oh yeah, so like even at this point, Did Jug... What's got Jug got? He has 1 kill. Is her last hitting... I don't know. Is she getting, like, small skeletons or something? I don't know. I don't actually know why she's, like, so behind here. It's, like, pretty sizable. In theory, they're close, right? She's only a few last hits off. She has 10 denies. I'm actually not sure why we're so behind on that front, except for the fact that, like, she died once when Jug lived, but I wouldn't have thought that adds up to, like, so much gold. I think they got an extra bounty over us, which explains the beginning. But then... this is, like, the closest it is, and then after that, he's, like, always ahead, which I'm a little confused on. I don't actually understand why he has so much more gold than she does. Okay, looking back on it, I forgot this was first blood, actually, so I guess that explained it. So, okay, this was the micro indecision I was talking about, right? Where, actually, this one wasn't indecision. It just wasn't, it was me not thinking ahead enough. I could have started that teleport, and we could have gotten first blood, and that would put us up, like, how much gold did he get off of that? 307 plus 31, you know? So that could have been us jumping ahead by 300 gold, rather than Jug getting ahead by 300 gold. So, I mean, the lane, who knows after that, right? But that definitely would have helped this going in our favor rather than the other way. It was super close. So I think that's enough for this Snapfire game. That was a little longer than I meant it to be, so we'll jump right into the next one. Position 5, Jakiro. I guess we'll probably just do 2 games this time. This was an unranked party, but a quick check shows that we're all immortal in this lane, so I think it'll be fine. They found Luna, unfortunately. Blocked this camp, put the ward here. Similar idea as last time. We are a double range lane versus 1 melee, 1 ranged. So I figured Luna's got the passive. I just want to play in the lane as much as possible and just do a lot of right-clicking, plus my spells. That means I don't want them to have this camp to pull it and force us into, like, weird laning stages. Plus, it's the fact that it's a Mirana who's just going to instantly kill these creeps, even if she's not pulling, and she's just going to get some extra gold and XP that way. I don't really want that to happen. So, blocked that camp. I will want this small camp available, potentially, but I think it can wait a little bit. But I do buy another sentry pretty quickly. And then I was blocking 1 creep forward. Same deal, but in reverse now, where last time I blocked all of them, but this time, if this creep wave builds up, it's not a huge deal because it's just going to die to our tower and reset right here. So I like putting 1 creep forward so it could die first. If they hit level 2 first, I wasn't that worried. I forgot. Turns out it's actually Pango in this lane, but he's still a melee hero. I think in the end, it's still the same idea. Now, actually, I hadn't considered that part. Wait, is Pango immortal? Divine 4, close enough. Okay, so, in hindsight, maybe 1 set of Tangos would be enough. To start, anyways, right? The idea being that Axe with Battle Hunger, I thought he was the offlaner, would be really annoying. So, like, regenning through that with Tangos in case I can't get any denies or last hits. But I mean, 1 set of Tangos would be good, then I can buy the next set as needed. And then it turns out he's not in this lane, so maybe I don't even need the second set of Tangos, you know? And if I get rid of 1 Tango at the start, I could pick up another Iron Branch. I could pick up a Fairy Fire or a Mango. Yeah, that would be just, like, more immediately useful. Okay, so some itemization, optimization there. That's what I'm talking about, going for, like, these kind of denies. This kind of this ward is for that stuff that you just saw. Mirana sitting here waiting for good arrows. Spell here to get in some right clicks. 3 auto attacks plus dual breath. A little bit of misclicking, and I end up staying too long and take some good amount of damage here. All right, so that was pretty bad. This is a really bad mistake. Up to here, I think is good. And then I lost him in the trees, and I think I wanted to, like, keep going. But looking at it again, this last creep's about to die. We've got 3 melee creeps here. Luna starting to lose health. I'm still pretty healthy, but we're getting into a bad spot. The next creep wave will be coming in soon enough. So I think I should have been happy with this and just back off here. And now, like, yeah, I'm, like, behind the creep line. And I actually just have to run away. I can't fight him here. But I still do a little bit, and I'm, like, drawing these creeps, you know? Because I get slowed, she has like so many targets here to choose from, and I just walk into it. I could have dodged that arrow and probably saved myself, you know, another 102 health. So I definitely stayed too long. I think going for that one extra auto attack actually cost me like 500 health, which is ridiculous. This is 100 gold that this salve I'm bringing over, I've got to use immediately, so that was a pretty big mistake. In the future, I should just be happy with good trades and keep more attention. I mean, I know all this stuff, you know. I wasn't paying attention in the game enough. There's creep imbalance, and I shouldn't have gone that far. Okay, I have to play passive here. If I was full health, I could actually just stay here and keep fighting Pango. I'm honestly thinking about just stopping here. That was like, it's literally a lane losing mistake. Now, we don't actually lose this lane, but, like, totally avoidable, this would be different, right? I'm up here. Maybe I get an extra deny here. I'm harassing Pango. I'm over here stopping whatever Mirana's trying to do. I think she dewarded this. Or maybe I'm over here. You know, I can do so much more with this extra 100 gold that I actually... I guess I didn't use right away. I still tangoed up. But, like, this is just a bunch of health I shouldn't have lost. Like, right here, I'm trying to fight this Mirana. And it's iffy because of how low health I got earlier. Otherwise, this should be easy. I might actually die here. He missed his swashbuckle. And then the arrow hit the creep, right? I kind of lucked out here. I honestly should be dead. But if you... Like, I started that fight missing 200 health. So if you just add 200 health, then I'm actually not bad off, right? Even if that swashbuckle had hit, I still have to dodge the arrow, but it just would have been way better. So I actually thought we'd go into this longer, but I guess because I'm here saving time, I think I'm done. I guess we'll go a little further. Let's see if I make one more mistake. One more huge mistake. There will be many little mistakes, I'm sure. All right, I'm chasing Mirana. No, I should be pulling right now. So okay, here's my last mistake, guys. It is 2:13. It's time to walk over here and pull. If I want to, and when I look at this creep wave, I definitely want to. I mean, look at this. 2 melee creeps left. One's close to dying already. We can probably get a deny on this melee creep and maybe this range creep. That's something Luna can do completely on her own. So I should come over here, try to pull preemptively, knowing that this is going to push out. Instead, I stay too long. I'm like looking for this Mirana, trading her. And by the time I realize I need to pull, this is like the window's way gone, right? And maybe I could use this hard camp if I hadn't blocked it earlier. So I had to be keeping track of that. And then this wouldn't be happening right now. It should just be these creeps. It should be 1 melee creep, 1 range creep, versus banner creep, melee creep, range creep. These 4 creeps. Well, it didn't even have to be all 4, right? We could have pulled half. We could have pulled the back 2 or the front 2. I actually don't think I should pull all of them. I probably should just pull 2, front or back. I guess it's the banner creep, right? Front 2 is probably the way to go. That's harder, though. I think I would mess it up and probably pull all of them. I actually haven't practiced only pulling the front 2. I know how to do it conceptually, but just usually go for the back 2, so that's easier in my opinion. We might have to practice pulling the front 2. But yeah, this should have been a half pull right here. Take away half these creeps. Front 2 or back 2, doesn't matter. Get rid of them, and then this is actually a pretty manageable lane. That should reset for us. Or if not, it should mostly kill off the push and reset after that. And we've denied them 2 creeps. Mirana comes over and fights us here, but I'm actually stronger than her with these 2 spells. She's pretty low anyway, so actually she's back here. So this would have been an uncontested small camp pull right here. Luna should be fine on her own against the Pango, 1v1. And I am getting a small camp and denying 2 creeps. So that would have been way more useful. In the end, I stay here and... like, we end up pushing a whole wave to him. I come over here to try to do a pull now. Or do I stack? No, I end up doing this pull the back 2. And then Luna's up here. Luna's still up here. This should have, like, reset already. It should be back here. I should have been able to kill off this, I think. Actually, why not? Why didn't... oh, because she arrowed that other creep earlier, didn't she? Yeah, so it's missing 1 creep. We get the last hits at least. She gets this pull off, which we have to stop. Now we're forced into like a pretty bad fight. Looks like I'm gonna die. Whoa, we're live. Okay, but again, this is like a bad fight. Totally avoidable if we had done that pull earlier. Equilibrium's already back here. I mean, maybe we mess it up after that, but like in theory, it should be back here. Shouldn't even be doing any of this stuff. Luna maybe gets the kill, maybe dies. I think I come back in for this. Oh, there's actually such a... Oh yeah, I picked Ice Path because we just hit level 3. So in the end, it ended up being like a very close fight, and we actually came out ahead for this. But you could see how close this was. I think it easily could have gone their way instead, where we both die and they both live. And then at that point, this is a very different lane. Like, what is it right now? We're leading right now, but like swap those 2 kills, suddenly they're in the lead. So I don't think it had to come down to this like really close fight, which could have flip-flopped either way. I think by doing that pull earlier, a lot more consistent. We're more likely right here, just happily farming. And then maybe we can pick a more controlled fight that we're happy with. I'm going to stop there. Actually, that first game, we went deeper into it than I had meant to, so it's actually longer, but I hope it was still helpful. Let me know. These videos are actually really easy to make. It's just me looking at my own games, right? No prep, nothing like that, nothing fancy. So if you like this stuff, let me know. We can do this a lot more. But this is going to be part of a couple videos, which I'm in a pretty big loss streak. I'm not going to lie. And I think many people have experienced this, right? I think a big part of this is keeping a strong mental game and then figuring out how to like fix whatever you're doing wrong. So I'm going to kind of document that for myself going through this right now because I've done it in the past. I will do it in the future, and I'm confident we can get back to it, right? So this is kind of what I'd usually do when I do end up in a big loss streak. It starts with these like laning stage fundamentals. So today I think some highlights are good harass, good trades, right? How to like position, thoughts like that. That's what I'm looking for in my laning stage, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. Proper attention to denies and last hits. That's a classic fundamental of the laning stage. And then one that slips really easily for me is keeping track of the time for pulls and body blocks of the camp, stuff like that. Contesting pulls, that sort of thing. This is the easiest one to mess up on for me. Very easy to get like focused on my hero rather than keeping track of the time and the mini map. So that definitely has a lot of impact. And, that last example I just explained, what could have happened with that small camp timing if I had kept track of that. This is the big one that slips for me. But these kind of things are what I look for. These laning fundamentals. I just start at the basics when I'm losing a lot. Like, that's where we got to begin. We got to try to win these laning stages, and the game's easier from there, right? And we can keep adapting as we go. But if we're making a lot of mistakes at the start, nothing else really matters. So the same as trying to improve is the same as trying to recover from a loss streak because they're no different. You just got to improve, right, to recover. So we're going to document that process for myself, and I hope you guys found it helpful. Let me know if you have any feedback on that. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.